What's up guys, Mango here with another Watcher of Realms video. We are at Monday, reset has just happened and the Neza Belzebub banner is about to finish. And why am I talking about it right now? I have no summons, I have no diamonds. Why? This is not a summoning video, right? Well, this is because we all know at this point, unless you have been living under a rock, that we will soon, maybe in 1 month, maybe in 2, I hope it's not that long, get a new Chinese champ, a new Chinese mythology champ, Guan Yu. He might be a limited, an unlimited, we don't know, but he's confirmed to come to the server. Now, people are of course expecting him to be a limited, and that would be cool because I think limiteds are the most accessible way for most of the player base to get the new OP champs. And that's why we're gonna take a look at all the current limiteds and let's see how they actually performed in the current meta, because we've had limiteds for years at this point and some of them are still shining, some of them are not being used as much, but overall we can all agree that they have been a great addition to the game. And why am I talking about all this? You guys will understand once I go through the list pretty fast. Now, I might forget some of them because I will just go and take a look at them. So for example, we have Falsia, we have Kigiri, we have Wukong, we have what else? I think I'm forgetting another fighter. Yeah, I am. I'm forgetting Last. We also have Captain Reef, we have no marksman, which is kind of funny. Some mages, we have Anora, we have then some healers like Diao, like Gwendolyn. So, why am I talking about this? If we go into the meta, we have pretty much been using limiteds everywhere. You go into YouTube guides for Abyss, Matrix, any content, and it is actually strange and rare to find a guide that is not using a single limited. At least they are using Wukong, Diao, or maybe even Kigiri. Because if we go into Abyss, we can check world rankings. We have 1 limited, 2 limiteds, 3 and 4 right here. So this applies to pretty much every area of the game. We go into Matrix and we can see Lady Mina, which is honestly kind of a weird limited because you guys know the Dracula collab is in theory not coming back. And we can also go into that part of the limited champs. We can go into Dracula in Arena, but you guys get the point. Limiteds are everywhere. They are honestly a must have. And Guan Yu might or might not be a limited. I would actually love him to be a limited just because I could guarantee pulling him with just 200 summons. But I think this is starting to go into a rabbit hole, or let's call it like the limited spiral, because what is this game actually turning into if every OP champ we get, and I know not every new champ is a limited, we've had Nessa, Earlys and some other units that were really good on the blue summons, but if you base the game economy, or let's say the gameplay, the whole environment of the game on limiteds, and you only allow people to pull 1 limited every month, every 2 months, if they are being generous, 2 limiteds a month, let's say we get 2 guaranteed limiteds a month, and a new player wants to start and he goes, oh well, I'm gonna compete in Arena because I'm a multi-millionaire and I feel like I can spend 100,000 bucks and just compete anywhere I want. Diao, Dracula, Lady Alex, well, I could at least compete in Abyss. No, because you actually need some other limiteds right there. And this is not against limiteds itself. It's about proposing or ranting to Muntun about the system. I think we should stop, and I mean fully stop, getting limited banners. What do I mean by this? Before you guys start disliking the video or commenting anything about this. I don't think we should stop getting limiteds as champs. We should still be getting limiteds. They are the best way to get units. In my opinion, they are amazing, but we shouldn't get a Diao banner, we shouldn't get a Wukong banner, we should just get pick your own limited banners. Let me just do a matrix run in the meantime, just so you guys have something to look at the screen. Let's see, let's change the Rosalia year. Why am I saying this? Well, basically, because that would actually allow people to have a planning. What do I mean by having a planning? They could actually know what they are going to do. If we get 2 limiteds each month, you could at least say, okay, well, I'm not gonna be farming Abyss for the next few weeks, but I know that in the future, I might just get Wukong, get Diao, and then I will start working on my Abyss team. Then in 2 weeks, I will maybe get Lady Mina and I will be able to just compete in Matrix and start building your accounts. The issue with the current system is that for a new player, and this is purely worrying about the experience from new players, because it's not the same if you're already late game. When you're late game, you can pretty much make all the content even if you are missing a few champs. You might not get the last chest, of course, but that's another story. But if you're a new player and you feel like every content requires having every single unit in the game, I honestly feel like that's a huge business mistake, because you're not taking care of the future of your game. Whales, they will end up quitting, not because they don't like the game. People will eventually get tired, people will swap to another game, and they will just go on with their lives. It's just how it goes. It's nothing about the game. People do get tired, so it's fine. But the thing is, if you cannot replace those old players by new people who have the will and feel actually interested in spending money or in engaging with the community, you are done in the long term. Because why would people actually invest in a game where they are not able to just compete or they are not able to catch up? Because let's put the example of Gwendolyn. We haven't had a Gwendolyn banner in how long? Years at this point. And she's now being used in Matrix, in the top team in physical phase. Even all players, like year-long players, are not able to do this because they were skipping that banner when it first came out years ago, or even worse, they were not playing, because you can be a 2 years old player and still be missing Gwendolyn because she first came out 3 years ago. And I feel like people actually ignore this way too much, because as I told you guys before, we all love getting the new limiteds. We feel like, oh well, we're just getting a free champs, we can pity manipulate, then we can get another free unit and we can just enjoy getting the new champs for free. I hope every new champ is a limited so we can get them for free. And that's true, we are getting them for free, but we are not taking into consideration how bad this is for future players. And honestly, and I've been saying this for a long time, in fact, I have told this to the Moontoon CC contact, the Bunny, that we actually require, and this is a must-have, like we need it now, pick your limited every single time a new limited champ comes out. Why? Because not every limited has to be OP. Some of them can be bad. I will just put this full auto, so if it loses, it loses. But it is really hard to talk while doing the Malric run. But if we get a bad limited, you could just select your other limited and let's say, well, maybe I want to go for the AOE3, maybe I want to get Moriden, or I just want to save up my resources and not summon at all, and that will be cool. But with the current system, you are completely doomed for years. You cannot get Gwendolyn because we are not getting a rerun. You cannot get, I don't know, Kigiri. You cannot get Last. I think we haven't had a Last rerun for more than a year at this point, because last time it was on Valentine's Day from last year, and I think this year we didn't have it. So I think it is a really big issue and it had to be addressed. I would want you to be a limited. In fact, It would be great if we could guarantee having every new unit with like a 200 guarantee, so we can avoid the issue that we have with the ancient summoning, where we can just go 800, 1000 summons without getting the grade up unit. But the thing is, we have to be real. This is not sustainable long term. And we do really need a pick your limited banner every time a new limited gets released, just because it won't be sustainable in the long term to wait years as we are currently waiting for some champs. As I told you guys before, we have leaked one guy right there. Let's hope we don't leak another one, because I would actually need to reset. But it is not sustainable. Players need to feel like they are progressing towards something, and right now this is becoming a wait until you get this new limited, wait until Wukong gets a rerun, wait until you gather enough resources to summon for the AoE 3, or even worse, wait until you get a soulstone in nobody knows how many months, and then you will be able to just get the unit you need. I think this is really bad and is doing no good for the game long term, and something needs to be done. I leaked because my Lady Alex decided to ult just one of the enemies every single time, so I won't be claiming this, but I wanted to have some gameplay in the back. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the current state of the game based on the limiteds, because I think the game is doing pretty well on everything else, but I don't like the way the game is going with all the limiteds and how hard getting the all limiteds is becoming. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks like that, but I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thanks for being here until the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.